Students, so today we will solve one problem regarding the direct and bending stress. So I will write the problem here. The column is rectangular in a cross section of 300 mm by 400 mm in dimensions. Okay, the column carries an eccentric point load of 360 kilonewton on one diagonal at a distance of quarter diagonal length from a corner. Okay, calculate the stresses at all four corners and also draw stress distribution diagrams for any two adjacent sides. So if you observe here in this problem, a column is a rectangular in cross section of size is 300 by 400 mm in the dimension. The column carries an eccentric point load of 360 kilonewton on one diagonal at a distance of quarter diagonal length of the corner. So that means the point load is acting at one diagonal at a distance of quarter diagonal length of the corner. This is the most important thing, the condition. Okay. Anyway, I will explain later. So now calculate the stresses at all four corners, and we have to draw the distribution diagrams for any two adjacent sides. So now I will write the given data first. So B equal to 300 mm, D equal to 400 mm. Then what about area? Area is nothing but B into D, that is 300 by 400. You will get 12 into 10 power 4 mm square. Okay. So how much they given eccentric load? P. The eccentric load is P equal to 360 kilonewtons. That means 360 into 1000 newtons. Okay. So now I will draw whatever the given rectangular section. Okay. So this is the 300. This is the 400. That means this is also 300. So this is also 400. This is 300. Okay. This is our cross section like this. XX and YY. So this is the XX and YY. Okay. And here the point is located at here. Okay. What they are saying, the condition is the eccentric load is, I will write first the points. This is the A, B, C, D. Okay. Total four points are there. The eccentric load is acting at a point E. So this is a point E, where this E to C, whatever C, this is the E to C, the distance equal to 1/4 of the diagonal AC. Or suppose if I draw a diagonal from A to C up to here, what happens? A to C equal to is nothing but, if it is O, what happens? AO plus OC. AO plus OC. Okay. Now again from O to C, what happens? OE plus EC. Yeah, my dear students, if you observe here, the AC diagonal, whatever we are showing, the eccentric load is taking at a point E, this point, where the distance from E to C is nothing but 1/4 of diagonal. For suppose from A to C the diagonal is 4 quarters, so AC equal to 4. So if you divide it by each one means 1/4 plus 1/4 is nothing but half. Then again 1/4 plus 1/4 equal to half. So that is completely AC. So now what they are saying, the E to C is nothing but half of 1/4 of, that means 1/4 of AC. Okay, 1/4 of diagonal AC. So now we need the AC. First of all, the AC dimension we need. So for suppose if I take the resultant stress, what happens? You see, this is the 300, this is the 400. Use the Pythagoras theory, you will get the hypotenuse. Okay, I will write. So if it is like this is the 400, this is the 300. So now we need the resultant. First I will write EC equal to 1/4 of, this is the A and this is the C. Okay, 1/4 of AC. So AC is nothing but, first we have to calculate the AC, 300 square plus 400 square by using the Pythagoras theory. You will get 500. So this length is, total length is 500. Okay, then same like that here you will write tan theta. If it is a theta, what happens? Tan theta is nothing but 4 by 3, opposite side by adjacent. Okay, then cos theta, what happens? 300 by 500, that means 3 by 5. Then sin theta equal to what happens? 400 by 500, that means 4 by 5. So I will explain again. Tan theta equal to 400 by 300, opposite side by adjacent side, 400 by 300. So what happens? It becomes 4 by 3. Same like that we calculated cos theta, tan theta and sin theta. Okay, now in this diagram the total length is, we got 500. Okay, now what happens? We need only this distance, the quarter, that means 1/4 of this total distance. So I will write here OE equal to EC equal to 1/4 of AC, the quarter of the diagonal. So that is 1/4 of 500. You will get 125 mm. Okay. So now we have to calculate this portion. You see, from here to here. Now I denoted with the F. This is what we know. This is the EX and this is the EY. Now we need this one. Okay. For this, for suppose the sin theta, whatever we are taking here, sin theta equal to what happens? This length, it is nothing but EF by the hypotenuse OE. Okay, OE is nothing but how much? Just now we calculated 125. So like this we have to calculate, and see I will write again. Yeah, this is the A, C, B, D. The point is located here. This is the E and this is the F. Now this is the theta. So now what I am saying, this is total is 500, but this length is, yes, I can. Yeah. So now we know already now I am taking the theta value, sin theta. What happens? This is the EF by OE. Okay. Now EF is nothing but it is EX. So OE into sin theta. OE is nothing but we calculated, that is a 125 into sin theta. We know already we got finally 4 by 5. So substitute that one here. So you will get finally the answer is 100 mm. Same like that cos theta. So here this portion we call it as a EY. Okay. So if you need this one, what happens? This is the OF. So this one is same. That's why I take here cos theta equal to OF by OE. So then, so what OF, what happens? OE into cos theta. OE is the 125, cos theta is the 3 by 5. You will get 75 mm. So this is the 75, this is the 100. So now we calculated EX and EY. I will write clearly here. EX we got it 100 mm and EY is the 75 mm. So like this you have to calculate the EX and EY values. Then first calculate the moment of load about y and y axis. That is My equal to P into EY. Okay. P we know already 360,000 into EX is nothing but 100. So you will get the answer is 36000000 Newton mm. Same like that, calculate the moment of load about, so this is, sorry, this is XX axis. Now I am calculating YY axis. That is My equal to P into EY. P we know 360,000 into EY is the 75. So you will get 270,000 Newton mm. So these are the moments we calculated. Now we have to calculate the, based on these moments, we have to calculate. The next step is moment of inertia we have to calculate. So moment of inertia, the first we have to calculate is Ixx, that is a BD cube by 12, that is a B is 300, D is the 400 cube by 12. You will get the answer is 16 into 10 power 8 mm power 4. Same like that Iyy, that is a dV cube by 12, that is 400 into 300 cube by 12. We will get 9 into 10 power 8 mm power 4. Okay. So now we have to calculate the resultant stress at any point. Okay. We know the resultant stress, the formula. Yesterday lecture we discussed already, equal to P by A plus My into X by Iyy plus Mx into Y by Ixx. So this is the resultant stress formula. So now we will calculate the resultant stress at the point C. See here the maximum value we will get here only. Why? Because both are positive. Okay. So the x coordinate and y coordinate are positive. We will get there. So now what first thing we have to calculate the resultant stress at point C. So then Cx equal to how much? 150. Y equal to 200. Okay. So I will show you again. Yeah, this point you see, this is total 300. This is 400. Okay. So what happens? The x value is half of the 300. This is a 150, and this one is the 200. So this one is the point x and y coordinates are 150, 200. That one only I am wrote here. Okay. Now the resultant stress at point C. What happens? We know the formula P by A plus My into 150 Iyy plus Mx into 200 Ixx. We know already P, that is a 360,000. A also we know 12 into 10 power 4. My just now we calculated, that is this one. And Iyy also we calculated 9 into 10 power 8. Mx we calculated and 200 by Ixx is the 16 into 10 power 8. So once if you solve this one, you will get finally 12 Newton per mm square. That is a positive one we got. That's why it is the compressor. Same like that, calculate the resultant stress at point B. So what happens? X equal to 150, Y equal to minus 200 mm. So if you substitute here, the formula will be the resultant stress equal to P by A plus My by, so like this, we know already formula. So at point B or C, at point B, the adjacent side first, or this is the positive and y-axis is the negative. The coordinates are like this. So if you see this problem, p by a plus my into x by iyy, then y value is directly substitute the minus value. Okay, then you will get some value. The resultant stress at point B you will get around 3 Newton per mm square. So like this, calculate next at point A and also at point D. Okay, if you calculate like this, you will get the for suppose the coordinates for suppose x value and y value. The resultant stress is formula is same. Don't change this formula. Okay, sorry, this one. Don't change this formula. So for suppose at point A, both are coordinates positive, positive. So you will take 100, 200, whatever it may be. So then when you are taking at point B, so what happens? X is the plus and it is negative. Then what? Take X is 100 minus 200 Y. Then substitute directly minus 200 here. Don't change this plus signs here. Okay. Like this, you will calculate at point A and at point D. So you will get the answers. So then whenever you have to draw this one, the section, the distribution, how it will be happen. Okay, the distribution diagram, the stress distribution is like this. Based on the values, whatever we got. So it is a B and a C. First I am taking these sides. So this is finally we got 12. Here I got 3. So you have to draw like this. Next, this case, if you take the point AB sides, values we got here like this: 3 Newton per meter square, 6 Newton per mm square. So like this, you have to draw. The next one is